Me and Alex, say my name, Alex. Bring the flame, my neighbors. Love and change, we'll be talking. Make it play, and Alex, keep it real.
So Charlamagne Tha God just dropped something that got the internet talking. According to Charlamagne, Drake's upcoming project, ICEMAN, might not just be a regular album, it might be a revenge album. On The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne said that two people need to be on alert, A$AP Rocky and DJ Khaled. He basically said, Khaled, you need to be on edge too. You and A$AP Rocky are getting direct shots on the project. Now that's a big statement because if this is true, Drake is not just doing subliminals anymore. Charlamagne is saying these are direct shots. Let's start with A$AP Rocky. The Drake and Rocky situation has been brewing for a while. A lot of fans believe the tension goes back to Rihanna. Drake and Rihanna had history. Rocky is now with Rihanna, and over the last few years, there have been lines from both sides that people felt were personal. Drake had lyrics that fans interpreted as shots at Rihanna and Rocky has also had bars that people connected back to Drake. So if Drake is really taking direct aim at Rocky on ICEMAN, that would not come out of nowhere. That would be another chapter in the beef that has been building under the surface. Now, DJ Khaled is a different situation. Khaled and Drake used to have long history of hits together. We're talking records like I'm on One, No New Friends, For Free, Grease, Pop Star, and more. So for years, Khaled and Drake felt like a guaranteed collaboration. But recently, things got awkward when Khaled teased that Drake was going to be on his album with 2 songs. Then Drake jumped in and shut that down publicly, joking that Khaled must have meant Drake Bell. That moment made people wonder if something happened behind the scenes between Drake and Khaled. So now, when Charlamagne says Khaled is getting direct shots too, people are connecting the dots. The bigger question is this: is Drake about to use ICEMAN to reset the whole narrative? Because after the Kendrick Lamar battle, Drake has been in a position where people are waiting to see what his next move is. Does he go back to making hits? Does he address everybody? Does he ignore the noise? Or does he come back aggressive? Charlamagne says to be suggesting that Drake is coming back with something personal. But we also have to be clear, until Drake drops the music, this is still alleged. Charlamagne says he heard this, but we don't know what the bars sound like yet, how direct they are, or whether the names are actually said. Still, if Drake really does diss A$AP Rocky and DJ Khaled on the same project, that means ICEMAN could be one of the most talked about releases in years, because Rocky brings the personal angle, Khaled brings the friendship business angle, and Drake brings the pressure of having to prove he can still control the conversation. So now the whole industry is watching. Is ICEMAN going to be Drake getting back in his hit-making bag? Or is this going to be Drake calling people out one by one? Either way, if Charlamagne is right, A$AP Rocky and DJ Khaled might want to listen closely when this album drops. What do y'all think? Should Drake respond to everybody, or should he leave the beef alone and just focus on making hits? Drop your thoughts below and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more breakdowns. Now, according to Charlamagne, this seems like it's gonna be, an album with revenge on the plate. And he mentioned that, Khaled and A$AP would probably be the people in the crosshairs of the album, which, this is on brand for Drake, because, Drake is the type of person that wears his heart on his sleeve, and, I think he holds a grudge, you know what I mean? Rightfully so, especially where this is all stemming from. you know, from what I see with all of this, all of these attacks that happen to Drake, a lot of it has to do with a girl. You know what I mean? I guess he was with other people's girls, allegedly. And, you know, a lot of these guys just felt like they needed to take him out. And so ASAP definitely has been throwing subs and things of that nature. But then, you know, it's funny because this wouldn't be the best time for ASAP to go through something like that, especially where there's like, you know, weird dynamics going on with him and Rihanna. You don't want to be going through a little battle or a little bit of, you know, controversial, you know, attacks when you're going through some, you know, I guess relationship issues. But we'll just have to wait and see. You know, everything is speculation right now, alleged stuff. But, you know, this is the kind of stuff that kind of brings back excitement to the hip hop game. You know, can't lie, when Kendrick and Drake were going through it, this was exciting. You know what I mean? Everybody was just tuned in, excited to hear what's going to go on. So all eyes are going to be on Drake when he drops this. A side of me kind of doesn't want him to keep, you know, beating a dead horse, but it may not be dead if he puts a different spin on it, if he says certain things in his records that kind of give us a eureka moment. You know, it can make things a little bit, you know, exciting and spicy. It might raise the standard for other dudes, if this album is great, to, yeah, come with your bars, come with your, you know, talent in check, you know what I mean? Because besides Kendrick, the rest of these dudes can't mess with Drake, you know what I mean? And I hear that he kind of ended his beef with Future, and Future might be on this album, but again, this is alleged. I see that Rick Ross, during the Versus, you know, rollout, he did an interview after the Versus and kind of gave Drake a shout out, saying something along the lines of, he doesn't want to see him lose, you know what I mean? He wants to see him win. Now, I don't know why people are kind of giving off this olive branch situation, but I think they know that he cooking, and, you know, when somebody cooking like how he about to cook, I don't think you want to be in his way. So this is my food for thought. You do the dishes, and please like, share, subscribe, and yeah, please help me grow this channel, and I'll give you more content as I go along.